Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. It is time to get together my Christmas gifts. Now I've been preparing for this for quite some time, but now I'm just going to put everything together and I'm going to bring you along as I do that. So in August I prepared my soap because I give soap for gifts every year. So this year I made it into actually a log and I sliced them up into bars because I had a few more gifts that I needed to give this year. I usually do like a round sort of floral motif. And this year I decided to do a loaf because I could do a quick one loaf or two loaves and get everybody's done. Whereas before I was having to do 2 and 3 different batches of that floral because I only had one of those molds. So the first batch I did was an unscented Castile soap because I have a friend that likes to wash her hair, her dishes, her clothes, even brush her teeth with it. So that's why I made it unscented so I can give a couple to her. And the second batch I made was scented in lavender and sage. And I took them from my garden this year. I was actually able to grow lavender this year for the first time. And mint, not sage, mint. Even though that might be a great combination for next year, I might do lavender and sage. We'll see. You can see some of the specks of mint in there. Those are those dark spots that you will see in there. And on the backs, I'll just put a Christmas tag just to tell them what it is. So they'll know when they get it exactly what the soap is. And the next couple of friends, I have 3 friends that I'm going to give brandy to. Now, I made this brandy last November. And at the time, I thought it was going to be ready in December of last year, but it wasn't. So they're getting it this year. So if you want to see how I made it, I will put a link in the description box for you to go and check that video out. Now, when I did make it, I thought I was going to make a lot more because I had 3 friends and I had these amber color bottles that I wanted to use. But when I took it out of the jar, the gallon size jar that I made it in, it didn't make that much. So I'm thinking this pitcher will fill up about 2 of these bottles. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do about the third one. I might have to go back to the drawing board with this. And as I was filling them up, I could clearly see it wasn't going to be enough to actually fill up. I'm not remembering exactly how big these bottles are, but I think I'm going to have to get some other kind of jar to put this in. Okay, so on to plan B. So while I'm thinking about what plan B is, I'm going to make my Christmas cookies. And the first thing I want to try is these peanut butter blossoms. I've been trying to get these done for probably the last 3 or 4 years, and I never got around to do them. So this year I was determined to save and hide some kisses from last year and make these. So I've got all my ingredients out and I have some kisses which I hid in the freezer. They couldn't find them there. And I'm going to get this done. So today is Christmas Eve and I'm about to embark on 3 different kinds of cookies while I'm thinking about my plan B for the alcohol portion of my friend's gift. So I got all my ingredients for my peanut butter blossoms set out and ready to go. In this video, I'm not going to go through the whole recipe. I'll do a separate video for that because I did film it. But I just want to focus on DIY gifts for this. So this is the ingredients for the peanut butter blossoms. And because it is Christmas, I decided to use red and green sanding sugar. And here are my kisses out of the freezer. The next cookie I am going to be making is Christmas toffee. Now, I have done this one on my channel already, so Maybe I can link it in the description box if you're interested. And I will put the recipe for these peanut butter blossoms if you're also interested in making those. It doesn't have to be a Christmas cookie. It can be any time of year, I would think. So I'm going to put all the ingredients down below for at least the peanut butter blossoms. So these ones almost didn't get made because I actually ran out of chocolate chips. And I only found these because I cleaned out or straightened up my baking area, and as you can see, these expired back in 2021. But chocolate doesn't expire, right? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then I have a handful of those kisses left. Now these I actually vacuum sealed back in, if you can see that, February of 2022. Now we did open a package and they are not as crisp. They taste fine. They're not as crisp as if they were brand new out of the package, like fresh out of the package. But they taste fine and I'm gonna go with them. So I've got my butter and everything ready to go for these Christmas toffee. And it's already getting crazy. I nearly forgot the peanut butter for the peanut butter blossoms. What's peanut butter blossoms without peanut butter? So let's try to get this straight. So as you can see, the seal held really well on these. And can you hear that? They're crisp, but not as crisp as they were, say, when they were very fresh. So I'm going to eat these 4. And here is my chocolate. I thought I would do the double boiler method. And I did find this baker chocolate, which I'm going to put in as well. You know, backups to your backups. And I'm going to melt it all and on the double boiler and get it all melted together before I put it on top. And here is my Christmas toffee done. Peanut butter, sprinkles, and a little bit of coconut for one specific friend that likes this. I mean, this guy, in college, he ate pizza like 2 or 3 days old off his coffee table. So he is not going to worry about crackers that are a year past their best by date or anything like that. So if that's what you're worried about, don't. So that is the Christmas toffee done. I'm going to let it cool a little bit and put it into the fridge. And I will break it up later. And most of this will be eaten by my family and one friend. So the next thing is the peanut butter blossoms. And I'm going to do a more in-depth video later on in the new year. But right now, I'm just going to get everything done and show you the end results. And here is my sending sugar, my festive red and green. Here's the first batch going in. And this is the first time I made these. And I will say I got off to a probably faster start than I should have. And here they are out of the oven. I made the actual bowls of them too big for the first couple of batches. And by the third batch, I had it down. But they still taste good. And I will say they smell delicious. Friends and family will surely enjoy these. Okay, so this is my plan B. This is the brandy I made that only made 2 bottles. And what I did was I made a quick batch of apple pie moonshine. Now I didn't have any apple cider, but I did have some the powder packages of apple cider. So I made that and cooled it, and that's how I made my apple pie moonshine. And this was one of the cookies I made earlier today. And I think I'm going to use these takeout boxes to fill with cookies and these plates. Because these little ones right here, I don't think they pack that well. That chocolate is not very hard anymore. So I have enough to make 2 of those plates. And then I have these bags that I can put the apple pie moonshine and the brandy in. And I think that's how I'm going to package my little gifts for my friends this year. Everybody else is just going to get basically what they got last year. And then I have these bread bags that I'm glad I had, because I got these with my Pullman bread pans probably about 3 years ago now. And they fit the plates perfectly. I didn't know what I was gonna put on these plates. Thought I was gonna just do saran wrap, but then again, I have that problem with that chocolate. It's kind of it's not as hard as it was as just a regular kiss. Once I put it on the cookie with the heat, it actually kind of kept not really soft, but not as hard as it was as a kiss. So to put this put it in a plastic bag, and it fits in this plastic bag perfectly, I will definitely be going with this. I am so glad I had these because it makes the perfect presentation with the plate with the cookies on it. So these are my DIY gifts for my friends this year. My family, we actually recycle a fabric gift bag, and every year I just put their gifts in that gift bag, and that's what they get. So this is what they look like. Quick DIY idea for some homemade gifts for your friends and family this year. So the only other thing I have to do tonight is just cut up the Christmas toffee and fill these takeout containers. And I need to do that tonight because if I don't, I swear my family will find this Christmas toffee and it'll be gone by Christmas Eve. So I need to get those filled so I can have some for the gifts, and anything else I'm just going to put back in the fridge and they can have at it. And the rest of these cookies, I'm going to put in a container and try to save some for Christmas. And no, these are not the same sugar cookies that I made yesterday. These are a whole new batch. Those are the ones, there's probably about 5, 8, maybe 10 left, if that. But anyway, happy holidays to you and yours. Thank you so much for watching. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. I hope you and yours have a great holiday season.